Hi, my name is Mike. Today I will be reteaching about solving a right triangle using trigonometry. Alright, let's get started. Solving right triangle using trigonometry. What is a right triangle of trigonometry? A right triangle or right angle of trigonometry is triangle which one angle has a value of 90 degrees and with one acute angle labeled as theta. Or it's mean to find any missing sides or angles that are not found. It has the total of 3 sides called the adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. The adjacent side is the side that adjacent or nearest to the angle. Opposite side is the side that opposite or across the angle. And lastly, hypotenuse is the one that always be the longest side or straight across from the right angle or the 90 degrees. What is the trick for remembering the trigonometry? The trick for remembering the trigonometry of sine, cosine, and tangent is to remember the SOHCAHTOA, called a sheaf. What is SOHCAHTOA? So is sine theta equal opposite over the hypotenuse. Ka is cosine theta equal adjacent over the hypotenuse. And lastly, TOA is tangent theta equal opposite over the adjacent. For example, find the missing side C of the right triangle. How do we know which of those 3 trigonometry or SOHCAHTOA to pick? Our main purpose for this question is to find the missing side C or the hypotenuse. You are going to pick the one that includes both sides that you want and that you already know the value that you have. We want to know C, the hypotenuse, and we already know the adjacent, which is 6. Adjacent over the hypotenuse is ka or cosine. We are going to write cosine of the angle is 40 degrees equal 6 is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is C. To get rid of the denominator, we need to multiply C on both sides. So C is cancelled. We will get C multiply cosine 40 degrees equals 6. Then we will divide cosine of 40 degrees on both sides. Cancel. You'll get C equals 6 over cosine 40 degrees. 6 divide cosine 40 degrees will equal to 7.83 or approximately 8. Therefore, our solution for C or the hypotenuse is equal to 8. Example 2. The ship is anchored on the seabed. What is the depth? In this problem, we know the hypotenuse, which is 30 meters, and we want to find the distance, which is D, the opposite side, so called a sheaf, SOHCAHTOA. Opposite over the hypotenuse is SO or sine. So we are going to write sine 39 degrees equal opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is D over hypotenuse is 30. Multiply both sides by 30 and cancel it to get rid of the denominator. After you cancel 30 and you are left with 30 times sine 39 degree equal to d, and multiply it. D is equal to 18.87 or approximately 19. And the most important thing is, don't forget to write the value that it's given is meter. So it's 19 meter. Approximately 19 meter of depth of anchors under the seabed. Example 3. Find the angle of elevation of the plane from point A on the ground. In this problem, it's asking to find the angle, not the missing sides. So you can just call the sheaf to solve for the missing angle. However, there's a method called inverse trigonometry. It's the inverse of SOHCAHTOA, and it's written the same but have the power of -1. We know both sides, which is the opposite side and adjacent. Then we are going to use the inverse TOA or tangent. Write the inverse tangent. Theta equal opposite, which is 300, over adjacent is 400. And divide it. Before moving on, I would like to show you how to get the inverse tangent. First, grab your calculator. And then press the shift yellow color button on the top left corner. After that, you press the tangent button. The inverse tangent will be above the normal tangent button. (36.86). So the angle is 36.86 or approximate 37 degree. Example 4. Find all missing sides and angle. Alright, we finally come to the last question. The problem wants us to find both missing sides and angle. It's optional to find the missing sides or the angle first, but I will choose to find the sides first and find the hypotenuse. I already know the opposite side or side A, which is 4. So we will use SO or sine. Write sine 20 degree equal opposite is 4 over the hypotenuse. Then multiply both sides with hypotenuse. Cancel. You will left hypotenuse multiply sine 20 degree equal 4. Then divide both sides by sine 20 degree. Cancel. You will left with hypotenuse equal 4 over sine 20 degree. Hypotenuse is equal to 11.69 or approximate 12. Approximate 12 on side C. To find the adjacent side, use CAR, adjacent over hypotenuse. Write cosine 20 degree equal adjacent over hypotenuse is 12 that we got earlier. Then multiply both sides by 12. Cancel. You get 12 multiply cosine 20 degree equal adjacent. After that, you multiply it, so you will get adjacent equal 11.27 or approximate 11. Approximate 11 on side B. And last but not least is we need to find the missing angle. Set the equation with right triangle is 90 degree plus the angle is given, which is 20 degree equal 180 degree. Add up together, we'll get 110 degree equal 180 degree. Subtract both sides and cancel. So our last angle will equal to 70 degrees. And lastly, 70 degrees on angle B. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Bye.